guys, what's going on, dudes? It is David here, back with another video. Now in this video, guys, we will be doing a review for the Gander RV 400 at Pocono, NASCAR style. I mean, there's no really style to NASCAR. I mean, like, I really didn't think Pocono was gonna have that good of a race, but it very much surprised me. Now, I'm gonna go through the 3-stage winners, go through the finishing results, and then we will talk about the playoff situation, because there's something very interesting I want to talk to you guys about. So, stage 1 winner was Kyle Busch. Obviously, Kevin Harvick did, in fact, start on the pole, but during the first round of pit stops, Kevin Harvick went in early. Kyle Busch stayed at... No, I have that wrong. Kyle Busch went in early. Kevin Harvick stayed out. So when Kevin Harvick had to come in, Kyle Busch took over the lead. Kyle Busch won stage 1. And the other way happened for stage 2 with Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch came in because he was going to run out if he didn't come in. And Jimmie Johnson ended up winning stage 2. Now, spoiler alert, if you guys haven't watched the Gander RV 400 at Pocono, the winner of the race was indeed Denny Hamlin. Now, with Denny Hamlin winning this race, this is his 3rd win of the season. His 5th win at Pocono ties him for 2nd all time. I'm pretty sure with Bill Elliott behind one driver, and I'm wearing this jacket. Jeff Gordon has 6 wins at Pocono. So, yeah. The 2nd place guy was Eric Jones. Eric Jones having a very good points day. And he needed this points day because he is close near the cut line for the playoffs, and he hasn't won a race yet. He is the only Joe Gibbs car that has not won a season. Kyle Busch has won 4, Truex has won 3, and now Hamlin has won 3 races. Can you imagine that? Your teammates, literally 3 out of the 4 Joe Gibbs cars, have won half of the season already. Basically half of the season already. It's crazy. And speaking about Truex came 3rd. Now this is the guy I want to talk about. 4th place, man. 4th place. He seems to be doing really good when it comes to his finishes. We're talking about William Byron. William Byron is currently... Hold on. Where is it? William Byron is currently 12th in the standings. 12th in the standings. He is plus... I'm pretty sure he's like plus what? Plus 60 or more ahead of the cut line. That is very impressive for a second-year crew chief, second-year guy. Obviously, he has Chad Knaus, which is a very experienced crew chief, and that has definitely helped because he's definitely improving when it comes to qualifying, and he's definitely improving when it comes to race finishes. 5th place was Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson in a backup car, starting from the back, ended up coming back. He always had a top 5 car, top 10 car. It seems like he was coming up through the first part of the stage, but after the first stage ended, it kind of seemed like he stalled out and was only able to stay around top 5. But still, in a backup car, he finishes 5th. I gotta give it to him. Coming from the back, he finished 5th. And William Byron, same thing with him, because his car, he failed pre-race inspection, which means he had to start from the back. So those 2 guys finishing 4th and 5th, that's very impressive for them, especially with William Byron. This guy's the future for Rick Hendrick, along with Chase Elliott. We'll speak about Chase Elliott later. The rest of the finishers were Kevin Harvick in 6th, Daniel Hemrick having a nice solid top 10 in 7th. This guy is going to be good for Richard Childress. I think he's actually the future for Richard Childress, not for Austin Dillon, because I don't really see Austin Dillon having as good as finishes as this guy does. Brad Keselowski finishing 8th. Keselowski blew a tire or hit the wall early in stage number 1, and he had to end up pitting. He almost went lap down on one of the pit stops, but he was able to work his way back up, and here, obviously, finished 8th. Kyle Busch finishing in 9th. Kyle Busch was definitely the most dominant car besides Kevin Harvick this race today. And the fact that Kyle Busch did not win this race was down to one thing: fuel strategy. And Kyle Busch had to come in with I think 20 laps to go. Meanwhile, everybody else could stretch it out. If Kyle Busch could have made it to the end of the race, Kyle Busch would have probably just ran away with that and won the race. He did come in, pit for right side tires, but it was not enough because everybody ahead of him can make it to the end. Now with the caution coming out with 4 laps to go because the car was stopped on the racetrack. So Kyle Busch ended up not having a good day but not ended up winning the race, but having a good day. I don't know why I said not having a good day. He finished 9th. And finally, in 10th place, we have Ryan Blaney, who I believe before the final stage actually caused the caution for stage 3 or stage 2 to end. And he comes back and finishes 10th place. I've always known Ryan Blaney does very well at Pocono, and it's clear to see this is why. He comes back from hitting the wall, finishes 10th place, gets a top 10. This guy, even though he's had I would say okay season, this was an impressive drive to come back from hitting the wall and finishing in the top 10. So 11th place we have Quinn Boyer, 12th place we have Eric Almirola, 13th place we have Joey Logano, 14th place we have Ryan Newman, 15th place we have Jimmy Johnson, the stage 2 winner, who just seemed like he had a top 10, top 15 car the whole day. Chris Buescher in 16th, very nice drive for Chris Buescher considering his teammate Ryan Preece finishes 37th after he blew a right rear tire, and that hit on the wall was crazy, man. That was that reminded me of the Bubba Wallace crash without him going through the grass, because the way Bubba Wallace hit that wall was the exact same angle, and I'm pretty sure in the exact same way. It was a terrible crash. Thank God Ryan Preece came out okay, and his teammate definitely did come out okay at top 16, top 20, so that's good for him. Matt DiBenedetto finishing 17th. This guy just seems to be coming top 15, top 20 every single race. There are some races where at points he doesn't have a good finish, but this is a very good race for him, finishing in 17th. Paul Menard in 18th, Austin Dillon in 19th. That's why I said Austin Dillon doesn't really seem to be getting good finishes, because he finishes 19th while his teammate finishes 7th, and his teammate just came in this year. Alex Bowman in 20th, and then I'm going to be doing this every time I do a review. I'm going to be keeping a progress check on Bubba Wallace. Bubba Wallace ended up finishing 22nd. Now, if you guys know, there's 2 names that are in the playoffs that I have not mentioned yet. One is Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott ended up blowing a tire, hitting the wall, I think towards the end of stage 2, and ended up finishing last. And the other name is Kurt Busch. Kurt Busch actually was having a very good race up until the final stage with I think about on the restart with 4 laps to go. It was going into overtime, I think. No, it was 4 laps to go. That's the caution that caused him to go overtime. And Kurt Busch ended up having nowhere to go. He was literally squeezed in by Ricky Stenhouse Jr. on the outside, and I think Clint Boyer on the inside. Clint Boyer closed up, and I really feel like Ricky Stenhouse Jr. should have at least backed out so he can make the corner, because that was 5 wide. But nope, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. keeps into the corner. Kurt Busch slams him in the wall. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. believes that Kurt Busch put him in the wall, so Ricky Stenhouse Jr. goes down the track, spins Kurt Busch out, and nearly flips Michael McDowell. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. needs to calm it down. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. needs to learn that whenever something happens and you get put in the wall, it's not always on purpose. Sometimes there's nothing they can do about that. So, yeah, Kurt Busch had a good day, but unfortunately got taken out by Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Now, here we have on the screen, we have the playoff standings. The playoff standings right now, Eric Jones is in 13, plus 39 to the good. Kyle Larson in 14, plus 37 to the good. Clint Boyer in 15, plus 12 to the good. Ryan Newman, plus 12 to good. Also, Jimmy Johnson, minus 12. Jimmy Johnson, 7-time champion, might miss a chase for the first time in his whole NASCAR career, which is hard to believe. Paul Menard, Daniel Suarez, minus 31 out, basically in a must-win situation. Now, these 2 guys behind them, are definitely in a must situation. Paul Menard in minus 68 in 19th place, and Stenhouse Jr. minus 88 points out of the playoffs. They are definitely in a must situation. But in terms of this race, this race was actually surprising. It had a lot of passes, and I think that was due to NASCAR actually having a second groove in turn number 3, where people can go around the outside to create more passes. Denny Hamlin used that to his advantage. Kyle Busch has used that to his advantage this race. Kyle Larson definitely did. And it turned out to be a proving factor and turned out to make a lot more passes, because people would get a good run out of the outside and then just side draft, coming down the front straightaway, get past the guy into the first corner, and then make the pass through there. So in terms of this whole Pocono race, this is a very good race, and I gotta say, if I had to give each race a grade scale, I give this Pocono race probably a B. To be honest, there was a lot of exciting passes, but the finish wasn't really that exciting. I mean, it was exciting if it would have went down to fuel mileage, but considering it went to overtime and then Denny Hamlin got a very good restart and Eric Jones wasn't able to catch him down, it wasn't really exciting finish compared to last week where Kevin Harvick literally pushed Denny Hamlin to the limit and got past and stayed ahead of him to win the New Hampshire race. So, yeah. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you guys for watching the video. Please do smash the like button. But anyway, guys, I will see you guys all later. Peace.